there. So today I want to share with you my sauteed cabbage recipe. It's a really simple way to enjoy some red cabbage, very healthy, full of nutrients, and something fun that the whole family will enjoy. Even your kids will like this cabbage. So the first thing you want to do, of course, is just peel off the big outside leaves. You don't even need those. They're a little tough, and so then you can just discard those into your compost. And so then you're just going to cut this into some nice big pieces. You probably just want to go ahead and cut the main part of the stem off, and then start slicing these into beautiful ribbons. And once you get that done, then go across the cabbage just to cut it down so you don't have huge pieces. And you'll notice that I started out with a small cabbage. That's completely fine. You will have a lot of cabbage, even with just a small one. I, of course, recommend buying organic vegetables. But this will work not only with cabbage, but with other vegetables too. Any kind of vegetables, you can do the same cooking technique. I'm going to get those big pieces of the stem out there, the hard part. Just make sure that's cut out. Okay. Again, cut this just a little more into some bite-sized pieces. Now, in the past, I've put it into a Ziploc bag, but I found that putting it into a bowl works just as well. And what we're going to do at this point is we're going to coat all the cabbage with olive oil, and then, of course, sprinkle some salt and pepper on it to taste. It's going to be fabulous. So take your olive oil and drizzle a good amount over it. Quite a bit. Olive oil is so good for you, so healthy, and it'll be wonderful. So then you're going to take a spoon and just mix that up nicely. Just mix it around until it's well coated. Let's go ahead and put some salt on it. I just do a large pinch of salt. This is kosher salt. And then I want to do some fresh ground pepper. Meanwhile, you could be heating your pan. Let me show you what I do with the pan and what kind of pan that I recommend. So this is the kind of pan that I really recommend for this. It's not really a wok, but it is just a really cool saute pan. It's by Calphalon, and it's just really fabulous. What I would do is just take the oil and I drizzle it on the outer edge so it runs in like that. And so you've got a nice coating of oil there. It's going to heat. You're going to put your heat on at least medium to medium high. You want your pan kind of hot to do this. Of course, just let your oil go around a little bit. You could be letting this heat while you're chopping the cabbage, but you want to be really careful because, of course, olive oil will burn. It's not a high heat kind of oil, so you don't want to leave it in there too long. So it's fine to go ahead and turn it on after you chop it as well. That's completely fine. So very carefully, just after you've stirred your cabbage well, gotten it really nicely coated, then just go ahead and put it in the pan. We're basically going to just saute or stir fry the cabbage. And if I see big pieces in there, sometimes I like to go in and cut those pieces. I don't want any big, huge bites. And make sure that I got that all chopped up nicely. So you're going to let this saute maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Tossing it around the pan. It starts getting beautiful, coated in the oil. And if you want to, you can also add a little bit of garlic powder. That always adds a nice flavor. It doesn't need much. Continue to stir. The key to this dish is not overcooking the vegetables, which is a good rule for any vegetables that you're going to cook. But overcooking not something you want to do. Okay, now you'll hear that this is really starting to sizzle. Now it's starting to break down and get nice and yummy. So the key ingredient here is chicken stock. I like to shake it a little bit, but this is something you can get at Costco. Costco has a big box of this, about 6 boxes, 32 ounces each. It's fantastic, and I use it in almost all of my cooking. It's great now. What you're going to do with this is just pour in just a little bit. You're going to hear it steam just a little bit. Or you can put a lid over it if it's smaller than you can. Because right now what we're doing is we're steaming the cabbage so that we soften it a little bit. And we're just going to let that steam for just a couple minutes or so. Okay, it's been just a couple of minutes, so let's check it, see how it's doing. Let's get a shot of the cabbage itself. You can see it's nicely wilted. It's starting to get soft. Now, again, a little while ago I said the key is to not overcook this, but you certainly want to get it soft. You don't want the cabbage to be crunchy. So what I do is I'll pick out a piece. Try it. Good. Probably got a couple more minutes. It also gives you the opportunity to taste if you need more salt or pepper. And this does need more salt. So again, I would just pinch it. Salting it this way is a great way to give it flavor, but you don't want to over salt it. And that way, when you're putting it on your plate, it's always better to salt your food while you're cooking so that you're not adding too much and the person is not getting too much sodium or too much salt just from the dish after it is in cooked. So we're just going to let that wilt a little more, and it's going to be fabulous. All right, so it's sauteed just a little more. Just set the lid aside. We are ready to serve it. So what I do is just pick a nice clear bowl so that your whole family can see the beautiful color. For whoever you're serving this to, you've got this gorgeous color. This is something that I often eat for lunch. Grab some chopsticks and eat it, and it's fabulous. And you've got a wonderful, healthy dish full of vitamins, nutrients, and lots of fun. So be fabulous, y'all. Enjoy.